Welcome to Bank on Her. I'm Mackenzie Conklin, and I teach you how to make confidence a strength in and out of your business so you can build self-made wealth and unrealistic success on your terms. I've gone from defeatingly low self-worth to a multiple six-figure entrepreneur by learning how to bank on myself, and I believe you can do it too. Listen to find out how. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, the reason I'm holding my phone like this is because my podcast mic broke. If you're listening to the audio, I am basically just holding up my phone to my mouth because my podcast mic broke. So we need to get a new one, but I'm going to hold off until after I move to New York, and then I can just get it there. What I want to talk about today is a phenomenon that I have personally experienced for years. And it's just like a big fat not cute lie that I was telling to myself. And I've heard it a lot from people this week. And I'm just here to call you on the immense bullshit that it is, because you deserve better than that. And what this lie is it's phrased different ways to some effect of, I'm not even really trying. So like, imagine what I could do if I was trying, or just this sentiment of I'm not going all in, and it's just self-protection that's not helping you at all. I'm trying to think of other ways it's phrased, but it's kind of like, I've heard someone say, well, I just threw it together. Imagine what I could do if I were going all in, or if I were trying. The sentiment that you're not going all in, and what would happen if I did? And it's almost like, I love you guys, I really do, but I'm gonna call it out. Sometimes it's almost like a little ego base where it's like, if this is what I can do and I'm not trying, just imagine where I'd be if I tried. And other times it's rooted in more of like possibility of like, ooh, I just did this really quickly and I didn't try, and imagine. The real fear, someone else stated it as a fear today. And she said, I'm not even trying. What would happen if I tried and I gave it my all and I flopped? And that's really what's going on with everyone who says that. Is it's just a way of protecting yourself against going all in, because you're afraid if you went all in and you failed, what would that mean? And so I kind of want to debunk a few of the things that I talked about on one of my client calls today about it, and this sentiment about not giving it your all. I used to do this all of the time, and I couldn't have possibly have come from arrogance or ego when I did it, because I didn't believe in myself to even have ego or arrogance. Mine was very much from a place of, I was terrified to go all in and give it my all. And so it was easier to say and feel that, well, I'm just not going to give it my all. I'm not going to fully try, because then it would hurt less if it didn't work out. And that's what I meant by the less ego-based, the more like terrified. It's this sentiment of, I can somehow protect myself from the disappointment of not getting what I want if I just don't give it my all, if I don't give it my full effort, if I, whether subconsciously or consciously, say I'm not going all in. And I don't want anyone to do that, because the hard, cold truth of it is, you're going to be disappointed either way. You're going to be butthurt either way. When my client expressed the more terrified version today of, I don't have to be as disappointed if I just go all in, or if I don't go all in and I don't get it, then I can say that I didn't give it my all. And so her goal is 20 people in her new program. I explained to her, as I have personally experienced many a times, if she says that she's not giving it her all, or not trying, or just like throwing things together and doesn't hit 20, she thinks it'll hurt less that she didn't hit 20 because she's not even, quote unquote, not even trying. But that's not true. It does not hurt less, versus what she was really afraid of is, if I go all in, if I believe in myself and I try and I don't hit 20, that will crush me. But The only reason it would ever crush you is if you sum it up to, it's because I wasn't good enough. But I've never seen anyone go all in emotionally, give it their all, believe in themselves, and end it with, it's because I wasn't good enough. And I'll describe it in a moment. When we do this, when you don't go all in, and when I say go all in, what I really mean is when you have the sentiment of like, oh, I didn't give it my all, I wasn't really trying, I wasn't fully invested. What you are teaching yourself is that you didn't believe in yourself enough to go all in, because that's really what it's about. I was the queen of this, so I'm just calling myself out. I was too afraid to give it my all, because if I failed, what would that mean? And I was too terrified enough to believe in myself to try. That's what it meant. And so I still, let's say with the goal of 20 people or whatever your goal is, I still didn't get what I wanted. I didn't try. And that hurts that I didn't believe in myself enough to try. And now I'm slammed again with, I didn't hit my goal of 20 anyway. You think that's going to hurt less than going all in. When you go all in, when you believe in yourself enough to try, when you allow yourself to believe in the success, it's teaching you that you believe in yourself. It's teaching you that it's safe to believe in yourself, and the amount of growth that will come with that, the amount that you will stretch yourself and grow and be proud. You'll basically just grow in whatever ways, and you'll be proud of yourself for believing in yourself enough to try, even if you don't hit it. If you don't allow yourself to fully try or believe, then you're hurt because you didn't hit your goal, and you're hurt because you didn't believe in yourself enough to try. Versus if you go all in and you didn't hit your goal, you're proud of yourself, but you're just hurt you didn't hit your goal. But do you know what you have? You have the mindset, if you really let yourself go in, is I'm so proud of myself for doing that. I can hit it next time, because your belief has grown, whereas your belief was just contracted if you didn't let yourself try. And the other thing is that I've heard people say, well, I wasn't even trying and I hit it. Imagine what I could do. You won't find out. You won't find out how good you can be, and you can be, because you won't let yourself fully try. So if anyone's having this sentiment, I want you to get out of it. I really do, because you will go so much further no matter what if you let yourself emotionally go all in and try. I used to not do it because, personally for me, I was too afraid to get emotionally invested in the result that I wanted, whether it was a job opportunity or dating or whatever it was. I don't know, whatever my goal was, because I didn't believe that I could get it in the first place. So I was like, I better not emotionally attach to that, because I'm not going to succeed anyway. And just thinking back to that sentiment, I'm so sad for that version of me, because I wanted her to believe in herself, and she didn't. And that's okay, because look at us now. Look at us now, we're good. But I wish to anyone feeling that way that you believe in yourself enough to try, because belief will always get you further. It will always get you further. And so I want to talk about some of the reasons why we think, and I'm just going to debunk them now that I've gone off for however many minutes on this. Debunk some of the reasons that people have presented around why it's safer to, like, quote unquote, not even try or try less versus going all in. One of the first ones I always hear is that if I go all in, it's more work. That's just not true. Emotionally, they think it's going to be a bigger uplift to go all in. But here's the thing. When you're quote unquote not even trying, or let's just call it half-assing for the rest of this episode. When you are not fully going all in or half-assing it, you are expending so much emotional energy, still worried about whether you can hit the goal, and also grappling with yourself not going all in. Because you still want to hit, let's just keep saying the 20 goal. You still want to hit that 20 so bad. You still want it so bad. But you are having to weigh out that desire with not trying. And that's exhausting to find that balance, which it's not a balance. It just kind of lashing you back and forth. Versus if you emotionally go all in and just get your belief behind, all right, we're just going to try and do this. You will feel better because you're growing, versus the overthinking and perfecting and all the things you're trying to figure out on the other side. And then when it comes to actual like amount of work that you have to do, that's just the idea that, and this is so natural, to have more success, I'll have to work more. That's definitely the case sometimes. So this client I was talking to, we were talking about a 10-year career she had prior where she literally had to clock in more hours to have more success. And we talked about she was carrying that with her versus now with a lot of the businesses that my clients run, more work is actually deterring their success. And so here's what I want to say to that. If you have something where you literally physically have to work more hours, yeah, you might have to work more, but how can you make it easier on yourself? And if that's not the case where you technically have to work more hours to earn more, I would say that working more, and I found this for myself, working more and complicating it, which if we believe to have more success, we need to work more, we will complicate things. We will make it harder on ourselves because we think it has to be harder. It has to be harder for us to succeed more. And I've done this. Complicating the strategy, complicating the way we do things, making it harder on ourselves just drains us. And that's more work versus getting our nervous system on board with the idea that it can be easier and it can be more fun. And that when we are enjoying it more, which is usually less work, we have more room to play. We have more room to feel creative and confident and all of these things. And that is when you'll succeed more. It is more work for you to not believe in yourself than it is, and again, trying to find that balance, than it is to just let yourself believe in more in what you want to create and allowing yourself to believe in that success. That is less work. The thing that people always say to me is, if I go all in and I don't hit it, I'll be disappointed. But again, I want to reiterate, you're going to be disappointed either way. And all you're doing by not going all in is teaching yourself that it's not safe to believe in yourself. You are teaching yourself it is not safe to believe in yourself. When what you want to be doing is, it's safe to believe I can do this. It's safe for you to believe that you can do this. And that brings me to always what they say next, really, which is like, okay, fine. What if I, fine, fight me. What if I actually try and then I fail? What if I actually try and then I fail? And again, I just want to reiterate, it's the same thing. Half trying means I didn't believe in myself enough to go after it. I did not believe in myself enough to go after it. And here's the big kicker with this one. You just need to redefine failure. And what I had told my client and what I want to tell you here is that when I had my crippling insecurity, it's always what I call it, I didn't even believe in myself enough to really even try. That's the thing. I didn't believe in myself enough to fully try. I never even got to fail, really, not fail properly, because I didn't believe in myself enough to try. I never even understood this. I really want you to listen. If you've never let yourself try, you don't actually understand what failure feels like, because you failed from the jump. And again, this is me saying this to myself more than you. And you're not failing from the jump. It's more of, you don't know. I'm just going to own it. I'm just going to be mean on this one. I used to fail from the start because I didn't let myself try. I would basically half take myself out of the race because I didn't even let myself try. So I experienced failure from the second I started because I wasn't even going all in. I never, ever experienced the failure of giving it my all and being disappointed that I didn't win, that I didn't get it, that I didn't, whatever it is, pass, because I didn't ever try. So I always actually, to be honest, felt failure from the jump. You're so afraid of failure, but if you're not going all in, you're already failing yourself because you're teaching yourself it's not safe to believe in yourself. I really want you to sit with this. I had to reframe failure that if I go all in and I fail, amazing. It means I believed in myself enough to really try. And so if I fail now, all I feel is proud of myself, because there is a version of me who wouldn't even go. I would not apply to things that I didn't think I could get. I would not date because I might have been rejected. I did not apply to the schools that I really wanted. There was just so many things I didn't do because I didn't want to, quote unquote, fail, which is a failure in itself to do that. When I did try, when I did go all in, when I did apply, when I did believe in myself enough to go after something and I didn't get it, I was just so elated. And even to this day, so elated that I believed in myself enough to try. I taught myself through that, through failure. I have shown myself an instance in which I felt safe to believe in myself. And that's really what I want. That's really what I wanted. And then the third debunking that I really want to do in this chaotic episode that it is that the third fear I hear a lot is, what if I put myself out there and people don't like me, or they don't accept me, or they don't want to hire me, or whatever. By not putting yourself out there, you're not giving them enough to go off of. I say I have this analogy when it comes to people pleasing, and it's pretty relevant here. And let me describe it. Is when you're people pleasing, if you are being 70% yourself and 30% just pleasing someone else, at the most they can love you is 70%, because only 70% of you is real. The rest is just people pleasing. If you stop people pleasing and you're 100% yourself, there is 100% of you to love. They might still only like 70, but there's 100% of you maximum that they can love. And there's more of you to love because of people pleasing. Same thing here. If you put yourself out there, there is more of yourself that you are putting out there to love. If I FaceTime you as a friend and I'm like, hey, do you like my outfit? But I'm only showing you from like the shoulders up. You're like, I don't know. I can't see your outfit. Or even if I show you from the waist up and I'm like, hey, do you like my outfit? Well, you're going to be like, step back. Let me see your full body. It's the same thing here. If you're only putting out a little bit of yourself, they don't have an opportunity to see the whole picture and love the whole picture. I just want you to know that when you put yourself out there, a lot of people look at it as there's more to criticize. And that's it. Let me say this too. I have been bullied. A lot of women have been criticized, bullied, anything of the sort. And if you've had that experience, it is so terrifying to put yourself out there because you get petrified that you'll be criticized again, that you'll be put down again, that they'll call you out for something again. I understand that. I really do. And so I want you to start looking at it instead of, if I put myself out there, what if they don't like me? Or if I put more of myself out there, what if they criticize me? I want you to start looking at it as there's more of me for them to love. And I just think about it this way. Yes, theoretically, if I put more of my personality out on the internet, there is more for people to criticize. Yes, there is. But I don't like the way that makes me feel. It makes me feel small. It makes me feel scared. And I don't want that. And I want you to lean into the side of you that knows you're funny and hilarious and lovable and amazing and capable and all of the things, because that side knows that, for example, if I put more of my personality out on the internet, there's more reason to love me. There's more reason that you get to fall in love with me, that you get to see me, that you get to think I am great, and all of the things. And so whether it's in your business, in your dating life, in relationships, in social media, whatever it is, towards your goals, I just want you to start thinking of, if I put myself out there, there's more of me for people to love, not more of me to be criticized. So, recapping what we've covered here, this has been such a chaotic episode. I got off a call and was like, I need to just talk about this instantly. If you're someone who you are half-assing, or you feel like you're not fully trying because you think that's going to either protect you or whatever it is, it's not. It's only hurting you. It's only teaching you that it's not, that you don't believe in yourself enough to try. You are too afraid to fully go after it, because what if you're disappointed? But you're going to be disappointed anyway, even if you do try. And it's so much safer to believe in yourself. It's so much safer to go all in and grow and be proud of yourself for going all in, and just be disappointed if you don't hit it either way, than not believing you are good enough to even get it in the first place. Because again, if you are not even fully trying or half putting in effort, it's because you don't yet believe that you can do it. Because if you believed you could do it, you would go all in, right? And so the thing here is to work on your belief, and also just spend time trying to feel safe believing in yourself. And again, debunking what we had talked about here is that if you think going all in means more work, the emotional uplift of half-assing and not believing in yourself is so much harder. And also, if you think more success just in general will mean more actual effort, where can you prove to yourself that that's not the case, especially in entrepreneurship? In a lot of entrepreneurship, that's not actually the case. And that when you are happier, when you are more confident, when you go all in, because you're confident, it will be less work. Because you'll just do what's easiest, what you have to do, and you'll have fun doing it, and you'll have a less emotional uplift because you're already confident and you already believe in yourself, and that's easier. And then if you have the fear of, what if I actually tried and then failed? Failure is just a sign you believed in yourself enough to try. And we love that. And then if I put myself out there, what if they like me less? Or what if, what if they think this about me? Putting yourself out there isn't more to criticize, it's more to love. So hopefully this episode was helpful for you. If you want to go all in, if you want to be audacious and give it your all and hit your goals, because when you go all in, it is 10 times more likely that you create what you want and grow yourself and become more confident doing it. I would love for you to join my Audacity Challenge. This is my new little mini offer. I love it. It's so much fun. My clients have done crazy things with it, but it's basically a 21-day challenge, and we're going to do it live starting September 1st. Every single day, you're going to get some video from me. I'm not going to tell you what about it yet, but you're going to get some video from me, and it is going to help you step into the identity of your most audacious self and go after your most audacious goals. My clients have landed their highest paying jobs from this. They have hit their highest months in business. They have launched new income streams. They have allowed themselves to get Botox, to get massages, to go after what they really want. They have pitched themselves to new opportunities they've dreamed about for forever. They have started life goals that they've sat on for years. They've just done crazy things from this 21-day challenge. And it is something that they keep using over and over and over. And every time they take something new and every time they go bigger. And it's just so amazing. And we're going to do it live on September 1st. So when this episode comes out, yes, I would have already released details by then. So you can go to the show notes and buy it. And if you like this episode, come talk to me about it. Go share on your stories, because that does the world. You sharing on your stories does so much for me, and I love it. And it goes a really long way. And so would love for you to share on your stories. And if you're listening to the podcast, rate this 5 stars. Go do it, please. This is helpful. And if you're watching the video, leave a comment. Would you like the best? Drop it for me. Okay, amazing. Thank you guys for listening. I love it. Go to the show notes. You can follow me. All the links are there. And I really hope I see you inside the Audacity Challenge.